Danimal Daniel Jobbers! Wrestlemania 33, the ultimate thrill ride, preview and prediction show. You better watch it, man! What's up, everybody? Danimal Daniel Jobber here, newly self-proclaimed Duke of the Cruiserweights, and I'm here to celebrate, preview, and predict Wrestlemania 33, which is this Sunday on the WWE Network. It's going to be a gooder. Of course, you can see it live on the WWE Network. Make sure you subscribe if you're in Canada and enjoy it for $11.99, or in the US and subscribe for $9.99 a month, but get your first month free and totally enjoy it all for free. Don't steal WrestleMania, please. That's not cool. We love the WWE. Let's support them. Let's be honest. Let's be right. Give them the credit they're due. And let's not go back to the old days with $55, $65 pay-per-view WrestleManias. This is much better. Monthly rate, all the pay-per-views, all the great content online. It's just the greatest. Let's support it. Let's keep it going. Let's be cool. So anyways, this weekend we got WrestleMania 33 from Orlando, Florida. Beautiful Orlando, Florida. Been there once. Very nice place. Love to go back. Alright. Before that, of course, on Friday night we have the Hall of Fame show, which I'll be watching, of course. I always like the Hall of Fame. Gonna see some big inductees, including Holla himself. Our favorite SmackDown GM. I don't know if our favorite, but... and, of course, the Rock and Roll Express. And we're going to have some special guests there, too. Jimmy Cornette is supposed to be there. And, of course, Eric Bischoff, the great from the WCW days. Should be exciting. Should be good. Looking forward to it. And then, of course, Saturday, NXT TakeOver Orlando. Going to be a few really good matches there. Of course, Asuka's defending the Women's Championship. Who's she up against now? Oh, yes, Ember Moon! And that'll be a pretty awesome match. I don't know, I like to pick Asuka to retain, and I think she seems like she should go on as the champion, but I got a feeling, or at least I've heard lots of rumors too, that she's main roster bound very soon, so I wouldn't be surprised if Ember Moon took over the title and she passed the torch to her. I guess we'll see. And, of course, I believe there's going to be a big match with Sanity against the likes of No Way Jose, 10, Perfect 10 Ty Dillinger. What's his name? Darn it, I can't think of the other guy at the moment. I'm not sure why, but my brain's just not coming up with that one. The other guy that's joining him anyway, and I think that's it. I think it's a 3-on-3 match. Of course, they're going to have each have a woman in their corner. I can't remember the woman in the babyface's corner, but of course it's going to be oh my goodness, Nikki Cross in Sanity's corner, because Nikki Cross is part of Sanity. So yes, that should be a good match there too. Sanity's got to get the victory, I think. I mean, as much as they've been building that, they're building up Sanity as big monster heels is huge. Oh, and of course the big tag team championship match. The Authors of Pain with Paul Ellering defending in a triple threat tag team match against DIY and the Revival, Dash and Dawson. The Revival, and DIY is Ciampa and Gargano. And then finally, of course, the NXT Championship will definitely be on the line. And that will be, that'll be the glorious Bobby Roode defending against Shinsuke Nakamura. That ought to be a dandy of a match, and I think it's going to be Shinsuke Nakamura's swan song in NXT, so I expect it'll be an awesome, incredible match, and somehow Bobby Roode will retain, most likely, and then in the end the crowd will get a chance to chant, "Thank you, Shinsuke," or something like that as they welcome him, or wish him well off into the main roster. But I didn't want to talk a lot about NXT TakeOver. This is mostly about WrestleMania 33. And so let's get right to the WrestleMania 33 on Sunday. First off, I'm going to talk about the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, and that's quite a mixed field, and I don't know if there's going to be any surprise entrances. I'd love to see some. I don't know what to expect about that, but I don't know. I don't see any other real logical conclusion other than Braun Strowman winning because he needs to look strong. I think he'll have a good battle with Big Show. I'm hoping somewhere in there's going to be some kind of a confrontation between Big Show and Shaquille O'Neal, but I don't know. There isn't really a lot of talk about what's happening with them or that anything's happening with them. Disappointed for poor Big Show, but I'd like to have seen some form of encounter or something from Shaq, and if he doesn't show up, I'm very disappointed in Shaq anyways. But it's what it is. But anyways, there's other possibilities of who could win the Battle Royal, I guess, but I can't think of anybody that'll make as much sense as Braun Strowman. So I'm going with Braun Strowman. That's my official prediction on the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. Then we got my Cruiserweight Championship match. Neville versus Austin Aries, defending the title against Austin Aries. That, I'm hoping will be a lot better match than it appears to be, although I'm still wondering about Austin Aries' shoulder. Whether he tweaked it or not, or what happened in that botch with Noam Dar, but I still predict after an epic match that Austin Aries is going to come out as the new Cruiserweight Champion and start some form of reign. And I'm not sure what's going to happen with Neville after that. I mean, that's the trouble, is neither one of these guys has much of a story without each other and without being the champion, so maybe it'll just be a long championship feud between the two of them. Maybe they'll go back and forth, and I don't know. But I do think at the actual WrestleMania match, it'll be Austin Aries winning the Cruiserweight Championship. That's my prediction there. Hopefully be a good one, because I like to have lots to talk about on my, if you follow my Cruiserweight coverage, I have my power rankings every week on my DanimalDanielJobber.ca website. And, of course, I have my Jobbing Out with Danimal Daniel Jobber, 205 Live and WWE Cruiserweight Division Report. You can catch that on by following any of my social media channels, and of course it's also up on my DanimalDanielJobber.ca website, and on my Danimal Daniel Jobber YouTube channel as well, where this video will be when we're all done here. So, anyone who's wondering where this is going to end up, of course we're also live on Facebook. Thanks to everyone in Facebook world, and good to see anyone who happens to check me out on the Facebook side of things, but recording this for YouTube is my biggest priority. I just wanted to share the experience with some of my closer friends and fans and such. So anyways, Austin Aries beating Neville for the Cruiserweight Championship is my prediction. And then we have the SmackDown Women's Live Championship. What do they call it? A six-pack challenge or something like that? I really thought this should have been a ladder match. I'm still disappointed that they're not going to do anything fancier than just a six-person free-for-all. But it should be interesting. I'm sure the ladies will put on a good show. Alexa Bliss trying to defend her title against everybody. And, of course, the surprise return last week on on SmackDown Live of Naomi. And it's in her hometown. And what more can you say? She deserves it. I don't see anything that makes any more logical sense or any more way to get the WWE Universe buzzing and SmackDown Live fans buzzing than to have Naomi come out as your new SmackDown Women's Champion. And that's my prediction, is Naomi, it's a big surprise return in front of the home crowd, all her family and friends, going to put on a great show, and end up taking the SmackDown Women's Championship from Alexa Bliss and all the other ladies. Official prediction. Don't have a lot of doubts on that, but hey, strange things happen sometimes. Alright, and those three matches anyways are on the kickoff show, if I didn't clarify that. They're not on the main card, they're on the kickoff show, so you gotta check them out early on the WWE Network if you want to catch those matches. But anyways, that's the kickoff show. Then of course we're gonna get to the main card matches. And first we're gonna talk about the Raw Tag Team Championship ladder match, because really the tag team divisions have been really weak, not given a lot of time, talked about a lot. But we have Anderson and Gallows, the champions, defending the title against Enzo and Big Cass. You can't teach that. And Cesaro and Sheamus, the odd couple, or whatever you want to call them, in a triple threat ladder match for the Raw Tag Team Championship. And I don't know, the way they've built it up, and the way they made Cesaro and Sheamus, or at least especially Sheamus, look like victims. I don't know, my prediction is that Cesaro and Sheamus are going to come out as champions, but actually, no, I'm going to go beyond that. That seems too easy, and I think Cesaro and Sheamus will be the champions going forward, or at least should have a championship run going forward. Well, it's hard to say, but I'm going to actually go for a swerve and say they're going to make the crowd happy, and they're going to have Enzo and Cass hold the championship for one night until Raw the next night. Enzo and Cass will come out as a surprise victor, throw all the odds makers to heck and the people that bet. And I'm going to pick Enzo and Cass are going to come out as champions in this match. But I'm going to lose it the next night on Raw, probably to Cesaro and Sheamus. I don't expect Anderson and Gallows to come back and reclaim it right away. But, of course, Anderson and Gallows probably should be champions soon enough. If they, whoever comes out as champion from that WrestleMania weekend really shouldn't hold it for long. And Anderson and Gallows are probably the best qualified to hold it. Unless, of course, they have the Hardy Boys come back and join in somehow. But I got a better prediction for that, so we'll get to that a little later on. So anyways, Enzo and Cass on the main match on WrestleMania. Then we're going to have the Raw Women's Championship Elimination Fatal 4-Way. Bayley defending her championship against Sasha Banks, Charlotte Flair, and Nia Jax. And this ought to be one heck of a crazy free-for-all battle. I don't know if Sasha Banks is bringing her cousin Snoop Dogg this time. Probably not, because I don't expect her to begin a championship reign yet. Nia Jax, going to be your usual tough heel self as always, I expect. Should be a good showing from her. And, of course, Bayley's always the fan favorite, so the crowd will be behind her. But I think they're going to go back to Charlotte. I think they're going to go back to the lady who's hardly ever lost a match in the last year and a bunch more and somewhat more in any pay-per-views, especially championship matches at pay-per-views. And I think Charlotte's going to reclaim the Raw Women's Championship, for now anyways. Whatever happens going forward, who knows, but they're building up the number of championships in my mind that she's going to have, and I think they're going to add one more to her card and get her close towards her daddy Ric Flair and the number of championships she's held. And what a better stage to do it at than at WrestleMania, to show off probably your best physical talent, maybe your best heel personality talent. And I mean, the only other option that really made any sense, like I said, would have Bayley retain. It's really the way they've made her look. I just can't see it making a lot of sense for retaining. Or Sasha Banks, and really they're not going to make a big deal about it. They're not going to have Snoop Dogg and all that kind of stuff. I don't know, they haven't given me any indication that Sasha Banks is going to get the championship run that they had originally seemed to be hinting at least last year at this time. So, my official prediction, Charlotte Flair regaining the Women's Championship, at least for now, and adding another championship victory to her belt. Alright, now I'm going to get to a special prediction that they haven't announced it, they haven't talked about it, but this is something I really believe is going to happen on the show. Maybe around this time, maybe a little later on, but I can't imagine it being much later because it's not going to be a big deal at the time. I think they're going to have some form of interview with the Usos about their tag team championship and how they're feeling, what's going to happen, and somehow they're going to be interrupted by Matt and Jeff Hardy, the Hardy Boys, out of nowhere, coming out, beating them down. The crowd's going to erupt, and they're going to lay down the challenge on the Usos for the SmackDown Tag Team Championships, making their official return, announcing to the world that the Hardy Boys are back, baby. And we're here to, well, maybe I can't say that because they might not go with it, but to delete the Usos and all the other SmackDown tag teams and become your new tag team champions in the near future. That's my bold prediction, at least one of my main bold actual predictions, is the Hardy Boys coming back to interrupt some kind of interview with the Usos at WrestleMania. It's going to happen. Well, it's supposed to come back soon, the Hardy Boys. There's lots of rumors, and from my understanding, their contract is done enough for them to be free and clear to come back to WrestleMania. So what a better way to do it than to have them in a complete surprise, complete swerve, just an out-of-the-blue, ordinary interview with the one team not on the card, and have them have an encounter with their future vanquishers, and make the crowd just erupt with excitement over the team that they've missed for so long. Matt and Jeff Hardy, the Hardy Boys. So anyways, that's my surprise prediction. Alright, then we have AJ Styles versus Shane McMahon, the commish of SmackDown Live. And this match was fairly well built. AJ Styles upset he's not in the championship match. He did everything he could to earn it. He never did get his rematch, one-on-one rematch against, since he lost his title against the champion of SmackDown, the WWE champion. He's upset, he's frustrated, he wants revenge, and he attacked Shane McMahon, beat him down, put him through a window. Shane McMahon is all in a huff at the same time. It's going to be a great grudge match between the two of them. I haven't heard any stipulations announced between the two of them, so unless they announce something crazy like a Falls Count Anywhere or No Holds Barred match, it may just be an ordinary match. I hope they do something stipulation-wise, at least, and some way to give Shane McMahon some way to do something crazy. And you got to believe Shane McMahon's going to do something crazy in this match, especially with the ultimate thrill ride theme and supposed to be all the roller coaster ramps and things. There's got to be something crazy that Shane McMahon has in mind for this match. And even at his age, he seems to always want to make a splash when he comes out to wrestle a match like this. So, but anyways, my official prediction, of course, I don't see any reason why Shane McMahon wouldn't put over AJ Styles. He's probably your top talent on the roster. Deserves the victory, deserves to move on, maybe either to SmackDown Live, maybe has an exchange with Sami Zayn or somebody, or just to reclaim the championship at some point. But either way, I expect AJ Styles to come out victorious over Shane McMahon, but Shane McMahon will put on a great match, one of the last matches probably of his career, getting down to the gritty, I think, unless he has a long run going on like his old man. But in the end, I expect AJ Styles to come out the victor. My prediction there. Alright, then we have the Intercontinental Championship match. The Intercontinental Champion, Dean Ambrose, against the challenger, Baron Corbin. And this ought to be one heck of a grudge match. Once again, I hope they come up with a stipulation, but I haven't heard anything. Should be just a beatdown, or if this was a street fight or some kind of match like that where they could just do whatever they want, or Falls Count Anywhere, or heck, make it a weapons match. Do anything. Make this match amazing. It's going to be a heck of a match. It's going to be great to see these two go at it. And with the Intercontinental Championship at stake, who's going to win? Dean Ambrose is an awesome guy, but I think it's time to put a championship on Baron Corbin. I think this is truly, finally, the chance to see the Intercontinental Championship go to the likes of Baron Corbin. So that's my official prediction. I predict Baron Corbin is going to walk out of WrestleMania as the Intercontinental Champion! And that's going to be a heck of a road to get there, that's for sure. No matter how you look at it, because, lunatic fringe Dean Ambrose is not going to go quietly. So, we'll see how that goes. Just going to move up my match list here. Pardon the delay. Alright, we are back. Ready to go. Alright. Everything going good? No issues? Nope. Up next, I'm going to talk about the mixed tag team match between your hero, probably just kidding, John Cena and Nikki Bella versus The Miz and Maurice in a mixed tag team match. I expect it'll be typical mixed tag team match rules. Men wrestle the men, women wrestle the women. No interaction between men and women allowed within reason. Disqualification could result if The Miz hits Nikki Bella or acts inappropriately with Nikki Bella in some way, shape, or form, and vice versa between John Cena and Maurice. Wow, this should be interesting. They've done a great build-up. John Cena and Miz's promos were top-notch, and of course Maurice has been a huge part of those funny scenes from the lost episode of Total Bellas, making fun of John Cena and Nikki Bella and of their characters and everything. And of course, John Cena with this huge ripping promo against The Miz, with Nikki Bella by his side to add a little bit of backup. Should be interesting. Should be a good match. Is there any doubts John Cena and Nikki Bella are going to come out victorious? I mean, especially the way the Miz and Maurice were teasing about how John Cena or Nikki Bella wants to get married and John Cena's never going to marry her. You got to think John Cena and Nikki Bella are going to come out with a huge victory. And I'm just going to go with the typical prediction that most people expect. At the end of the match, John Cena is going to propose to Nikki Bella, totally throwing everybody for a loop, even though we all pretty much expect it. It's got to happen. They've been selling up for all these years that John Cena does not believe in marriage. They showed him warm up to marriage. We expect it's going to happen. My biggest hope, though, is that John Cena will even let the world know he's willing now to have a baby with Nikki. Because, oh, John, please have a kid, man. Carry on your line. You're awesome. You're incredible. You've done so much for wrestling and entertainment in the world of, I don't know what you want to call it, good. All the work you've done with the Kids Wish Network and everything. You need to have a kid, man. You need to carry on your bloodline. There needs to be another John Cena in this world. I just hope you don't deny the world your bloodline. I think it's selfish and disappointing, and I don't see any reason why. Heck, if you don't want to become the greatest dad in the world, don't. Let Nikki be the great mother. If that's what you really want. But I think you'd be a great dad. But moreover, I think the world deserves another John Cena or two down the road. So please announce you're going to have a baby. But at the very least, I expect we're going to have a proposal between John Cena and Nikki Bella and beautiful, heartwarming ending scene to it. And the Miz and Maurice all vanquished the big heels. Making fun of them. They're going to have to walk away with their noses bent. It's got to happen. I don't think anyone has any doubts of what this match should really hold, although there could be some surprises. All right, up next we're going to talk about the United States Championship match. Chris Jericho from Winnipeg, Canada, defending his United States Championship match against his former best friend from Marieville, Quebec, Kevin Owens. Grudge match, baby, between the two former best friends. Their friendship's going to explode and collide here. It's going to be a heck of a match. And I think it's time, for whatever it's worth, Kevin Owens finally to win the one title he hasn't had yet on Raw, the United States Championship, so that Chris Jericho can take a little bit of time off, much deserved. Spend a little time with his band, give a little time to his other areas of life for coming back and maybe challenging Kevin Owens again. But this match should be an awesome match between two very technical and skilled and entertaining characters. In fact, I've seen this match. I saw it at live in Edmonton a couple of years ago when Chris Jericho was still a babyface, and he was calling out Kevin Owens, and Kevin Owens was insulting him on the mic. They're basically grabbing the mic, going back and forth. These guys can promo off, they can wrestle, they can do anything. This is going to be a great match. They're great friends, but they're even better rivals. And in the end, I think Kevin Owens is going to be your new United States Champion. Another exciting title change at Wrestlemania. And then, the match. We were starting to wonder if we were ever going to get, and I was so hoping for it, deep against all hope. And they did a great job of making it look like it wasn't going to happen, or it might not happen, and finally, we know what's going to happen. The unsanctioned match between the Game, Triple H, time to play the game, against my belief is that he's going to be the new top babyface in the WWE, Seth Rollins, the Architect. Wow, this rival's finally going to come to a head after these years. Protege and master or whatever you call the person with the protege. Mentor and mentee finally going to collide in what should be just an awesome, vicious bloodshed. I sure hope it's unsanctioned. I guess they can do whatever they want. I hope they don't have anything like disqualifications or countouts or anything. Let these guys perform, beat each other up, do whatever. Make it the most exciting thing to happen. Let them go at it. Let them have a great time. And, of course, you expect it's time for Triple H to put over Seth Rollins, something that we've been waiting to see for a while. I know Triple H has got a heck of an ego, loves to win, but he put over Roman Reigns last year, giving the WWE World Heavyweight Championship back to Roman Reigns. Well, here's his time to give to Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins was supposed to be in that role last year, but he got hurt And he almost didn't make it this year because of his injury. But it's time for Triple H to finally pass the torch to Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins is going to win this match without a doubt. But I got a feeling we're going to have a swerve in this match. Because, I mean, there's lots of reasons why they didn't bring him on WWE TV since. They didn't want to distract from WrestleMania. They didn't really have a way to get him into the storylines without him challenging for the Universal Championship that he never really lost. But I think that to counter Triple H, who's probably going to at some point bring in Samoa Joe and maybe even Kevin Owens, although Samoa Joe definitely, because they're talking about forming this new posse or this new what do they call it? New Evolution faction, type of faction. Maybe they'll even call it Evolution or New Evolution or something. I have a feeling to counter that, for some reason, just maybe out of goodness or because it's the right thing to do, we're going to have Finn Balor come out to Seth Rollins' aid, do the right thing, stand by Seth Rollins' side, and it's going to be one heck of a battle for a moment. Not going to take away from the match, just going to add a little bit of extra color to the side. In the end, it's going to be Triple H and Seth Rollins down to the wire, and Seth Rollins still going to come up victorious. But I got a feeling we may see Finn Balor in this match, somehow, some way, some shape, some form. Because there really isn't much else for Finn Balor to do. He can come out for an interview, but really what else can he do? So, yes, Finn Balor, my prediction, is going to be out in this match, but Seth Rollins will win. Is there any doubts? Then we have the WWE Championship match. Bray Wyatt, the champion versus the Viper, the Apex Predator, Randy Orton, who burned down Bray Wyatt's shack and burned Sister Abigail, his precious sister and the source of his strength. And then Bray Wyatt countered back by bathing himself in Sister Abigail and adding her power to his own. Lots of spiritual, exciting stuff into this match. It's going to be one hell of a match. Wow. The Wyatt family explodes. I almost thought they were going to get Luke Harper into this match and make it a triple threat. I mean, Eric Rowan's supposed to be back from injury. I think it's going to be mostly the two of them, but I got a feeling that somehow we're going to see a little bit of either Luke Harper or Eric Rowan, or maybe both, because Eric Rowan was just seen with the video burying his mask. His sheep mask. Does that mean he's with Bray Wyatt or against Bray Wyatt? I don't know. Maybe he'll come out and aid Randy Orton, for all we know. But we know Luke Harper doesn't like Randy Orton, and I guess he doesn't like Bray Wyatt either, but he just had a match against him on SmackDown Live and was put over by him. Who knows? Maybe he'll have a change of heart. Or maybe the other way around. Maybe Luke Harper is going to hate Randy or Bray Wyatt more than he hates Randy Orton, and maybe he'll come out and there'll be a confrontation between the four of them somehow. I'd like to see the Wyatt family explode in this match, one way or another. But in the end, my bold prediction is Bray Wyatt's going to retain the WWE Championship over Randy Orton. Because really, as good as Randy Orton is, as much as everyone loves to see him and loves to see him perform and expects great things from him, does he really need to win another title at WrestleMania? Does he really need to win this title? Bray Wyatt needs this victory way more than Randy Orton. Please, WWE, throw him a bone. Let him retain the championship. Let him go on a run. This is his one chance maybe to ever hold the championship. He's Mike Rotunda's boy. He's got a great legacy. I mean, he's frickin' Wyndham Rotunda. Barry Windham and Mike Rotunda's blood. Barry Windham being his uncle, and of course Mike Rotunda being his old man. And let him go on. Let him rebuild the faction. Maybe there's talk, the ideas of him incorporating people into his faction, maybe by hypnosis or messing with their minds or whatever. Have another willing participant come to his group. He's talking about how he'd love to have his brother, my favorite, Bo Dallas, join him. Great. Let it be Bray Wyatt's time. Can he not have 6 months of great television going into at least SummerSlam? After all the years you've booked him and then taken it away, and booked him strong and taken it away, this is really your chance to let him shine. Can you not do this for us? We don't ask you, well, we ask you a lot, but we don't ask you that much. This is one favor we really like to see. I don't know anybody who doesn't want to see Bray Wyatt have a great time in WWE. We all love him. We all think the world of him. We all think he deserves his chance to have a great time. Babyface, heel, whatever you want to do with him, let this be his time. Let him retain the title. Let Randy Orton move on and do his next thing. There's lots of things Randy Orton can do before he retires. So yes, my bold prediction and my hope among all hopes, Bray Wyatt retaining the WWE Championship in dramatic fashion. Maybe with a little help. Hopefully not too much help. And not Randy Orton winning with some RKO out of nowhere and breaking everybody's heart. Don't do that, WWE. Let Bray Wyatt retain. Getting down to the final 2 main events of the evening. In this match, what disappoints me is the lack of clarity they've made as to what they're going to do with this match. Roman Reigns versus The Undertaker. We know almost nothing about what's going to happen in this match. They were teasing the burying and the digging on Raw, like it might be a buried alive match. It should be a buried alive match. It should be a casket match. It should be something that symbolizes The Undertaker, and a great way to pass the torch on and give people one final great ride with The Undertaker and a reminder of who he was and what legacy Roman Reigns has taken over. It should be a buried alive. It should be a casket match. It should be something like that. But they have, and it should be Undertaker's last match. I mean, I know a lot of people don't want him to retire. I don't know. Maybe he could try to come back for next year to face John Cena for a final match or something. I don't know. I'm not even sure how he's going to be able to perform this year. He's awesome and amazing and the greatest, maybe of all time. I mean, maybe he's not Shawn Michaels, but he's pretty darn close, and he's had longevity like you wouldn't believe. But so he could retire. He could announce before the match he's going to retire. He could go on the mic, put Roman Reigns over, and go on the mic and say, "This is it. This is my last match. I'm done." We don't know. We don't know if he's going to retire. We don't know if he's going to announce it beforehand, after, not at all. Going to wait till Raw. Going to wait till later on. We have no idea, and we have no idea what kind of match we're going to have. Very frustrating. I really wish there was some way WWE could let us know what's going to happen. Put some kind of thing saying what this match is going to be. This was frustrating last year when Roman Reigns was facing Triple H, not for the championship, not giving any kind of stipulation or any kind of idea what the match was going to be. This match should have a stipulation. These guys are going to have some heat, especially Roman Reigns being one of Undertaker's last matches, maybe his last match. This match needs something besides them just putting on a great show, and something that symbolizes The Undertaker. I mean, yeah, if you're not going to have a buried alive match, not going to have a casket match, not going to have it be Undertaker announcing his retirement beforehand or maybe even after, at the very least, you need Roman Reigns to win in style. Maybe tombstone him, maybe not. But at the very, very least, this match should have is something that really symbolizes the passing of the torch. Maybe have Roman Reigns pin The Undertaker with the rest in peace pin. At least something that symbolizes The Undertaker. But either way, some speculate The Undertaker may win, and it may not be his last match, and this might be Roman Reigns' shot on the chin and a wake-up match. I don't think so. I think Roman Reigns is to get his due. I think Roman Reigns should get put over by The Undertaker and will get put over by The Undertaker. It's a shame it's going to be Undertaker's second loss at WrestleMania. Some may say he shouldn't lose, that he should only have the one loss to Brock Lesnar in his life. Some say that he's going to set a record for the most wins at a pay-per-view of any superstar of all time, and that should happen right here. And that maybe there won't be another chance next year. But I think Roman Reigns needs this victory. And the crowds are going to poo-poo on it no matter what they do, no matter how Undertaker puts him over. If Roman Reigns turns full all-out heel and starts cursing the fans and everything, maybe they might support Roman Reigns a little more, but not going to hold my breath on that. But Roman Reigns needs this victory one way or another. Now, this has to go down in Roman Reigns' history as a passing of the torch between The Undertaker and Roman Reigns, or else why'd you bother going to all this trouble? It just makes no sense. Anyways, Roman Reigns, my prediction. I'd love to see it be a buried alive match. That's my official wish for this match. And I'd love to see at least Roman Reigns winning with a rest in peace pin. And I'd love to see Undertaker announcing beforehand he'll retire after this match. Now, Not after. Because if he's going to retire, there's no announcing after. I don't like the idea. I like to say it before. But if he's going to retire, let him retire. And if he doesn't announce it beforehand and isn't going to retire, well, whatever. Play it by ear. We'll see what happens in the next year. Maybe he's back to face Cena for his final match. I don't know. But anyways, that's all I got to say about that match. I don't expect any swerves. I think this match is going to be pretty much just the two of them putting on a great show. Some say Kane should interfere. I don't see Kane interfering. Glenn Jacobs is hurting, so. Finally, the last match, the main event of the evening by most people's standards. And it could be a real turkey or it could be a gem. Most likely it'll be something in between. The Universal Champion, Bill Goldberg! Goldberg against the Beast Incarnate, Brock Lesnar, with Paul Heyman at his side. The Universal Championship on the line, as it probably should be in the match that most people are going to be interested in, even if they're not true, natural, hardcore wrestling fans. They all know who Brock Lesnar is. Many people have seen Goldberg's legacy in the social media and in the pop culture. This match will probably get the most attention of any match. It probably is worthy of a Universal Championship match. Probably worthy of Goldberg's last match. Probably worthy of Brock Lesnar finally getting the monkey off his back and getting his victory over Bill Goldberg. Whether it's a 30-second, minute, 2-minute, 3-minute match, whether they put on a show for 10 or 20 minutes, which I don't think many people expect, but depending on how they do it, if they're battling with weapons and beating the crap out of each other, and I mean, it's Goldberg's last match anyways, so you might as well enjoy it and go all out, give everything he's got. I mean, it's not like with Sting, where Sting expected to wrestle again and unfortunately got hurt in his last match. Goldberg probably is never going to wrestle again, in any way, shape, or form. He was done before. He come back to show his family one final run of him as a wrestler, to remember him, or to know him as he was. But it's done. The time of him is done. There's no reason for Goldberg to go on anyways. Might as well throw caution to the wind and give everything he's got against Brock Lesnar. And Brock Lesnar needs a tough opponent anyways. Let this match be a clash of the Titans. Let this be a match for the ages, not some 2-3 minute squash match for Brock Lesnar. But in the end, Brock Lesnar's got to win the Universal Championship. He's got to finally get his win over Goldberg. Got to get the monkey off his back. However, I've got one final, I'm not going to say bold prediction, because I can't really say it's a prediction. I think it's more of a possibility, wish, thought that it might happen. I'm not sure that really the WWE benefits much from having a part-timer Brock Lesnar going forth as Universal Champion. And it would not surprise me at all. And maybe I even partially hope that even though I know there's going to be some fans here who absolutely hated what they did in WrestleMania 9 with the complete shock swerve of Hulk Hogan challenging Yokozuna after he won the title from Bret Hart to a impromptu title match, basically calling him out and saying, I don't think you can beat me, you're no worthy champion, and having the champion get all arrogant and say, come on, bring it on, I accept your challenge. Part of me really feels they might do something like that here, and this is the WrestleMania to do it with, because there isn't that much to gain out of having Brock Lesnar as Universal Champion going forward as a part-timer. It would be great if someone were to come out and call him out as champion and say, I think I'm better than you and I don't think you can beat me, and have Brock Lesnar accept the challenge, and have somebody else besides Brock Lesnar walk out of WrestleMania as Universal Champion. Who could it be? Wouldn't it be great if it was Seth Rollins? I think he's going to be the hottest thing after his big win over Triple H. I mean, he's supposed to be beat up. I mean, so wasn't Daniel Bryan a couple years ago, too, when he won the title in the shocking fashion? Wouldn't it be great if it was Seth Rollins coming out beaten up and looking like he's limping on one leg after his battle with Triple H, calling out Brock Lesnar saying, you can't beat me. I'm the rightful champion, Universal Champion of Raw. And then having Brock Lesnar say, oh man, you injured, pathetic person think you can beat me? Bring it on. And having Seth Rollins walk out of WrestleMania once again, shocking, Universal Champion. Wouldn't that be something to behold? But maybe he's too hurt. Maybe he's not ready for a full-time schedule. Maybe he's not ready. Must have done my YouTube feed. Maybe he's not ready to handle this thing. So maybe Finn Balor. Hey, Finn Balor may have just helped Seth Rollins get the big win over Triple H. Why not Seth Rollins come out and say, hey, I never lost the title to begin with. You're not the rightful champion. I'm the rightful champion, Universal Champion. And maybe have Brock Lesnar accept the challenge for Finn Balor. Or finally, and I know it's not popular, it's definitely the least popular choice, but you gotta know the WWE, if they were thinking this direction, would have to consider this as well. Roman Reigns, fresh off his victory over The Undertaker. Maybe top heel in the company, most hated man around, coming out and challenging Brock Lesnar. And Brock Lesnar, being the babyface that he is all of a sudden, accepting the challenge. And Roman Reigns walking out at WrestleMania 33 as the Universal Champion. But, I don't know, some part of me wonders if this is maybe the time to throw everyone for a complete swerve right at the end of WrestleMania, that somebody else besides Brock Lesnar shockingly walk out of WrestleMania as the Universal Champion. I'm not going to say it's a bold prediction. Brock Lesnar winning the championship is the prediction, the only prediction that's safe enough to go with. But it's a thought I'm going to throw in your minds, and if it happens, I'm going to remember I'm going to make sure you remember where you heard it first. That it's for me, that this is something that I think could easily and appropriately happen. Anyways, I'm going to wrap it up. Hope you guys enjoy WrestleMania 33, WrestleMania, the ultimate thrill ride, as they're calling it, on Sunday. It's going to be great from Orlando, Florida. I'm going to probably do some kind of a wrap-up summary video after WrestleMania, so check me out when all's said and done after Sunday, maybe Sunday night, maybe Monday. I'm on vacation next week, so I'll have plenty of time Monday. I'll probably do it on Monday. Anyways, this is Danimal Daniel Jobber. You can follow me at Daniel Jobber on Twitter. On Instagram, I'm Danimal Daniel Jobber. Of course, you can check me out on my official website, DanimalDanielJobber.ca. That's DanimalDanielJobber.ca, where I keep my best videos, my latest editions of the Jobbing Out 205 Live and WWE Cruiserweight Report, and my Cruiserweight Power Rankings, and just lots of fun stuff and great stuff. Some music I like to create, my karaoke music. A few people know I like to sing. Check me out. And of course, if you want to email me, DanimalDanielJobber@gmail.com. But anyways, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel, Danimal Daniel Jobber, my favorite YouTube channel these days. Leave comments, tell me what you think. Tell me I'm full of it. Whatever. Tell me you didn't enjoy this video, you did enjoy this video, whatever. Whatever you got to say, I'm open to hearing it. Looking forward to hearing it. Bring it on, baby. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. And like I said, if you did, make sure you give me my credit where credit is due. Because to enjoy videos in silence, that ain't right. In closing, this is Danimal Daniel Jobber, self-proclaimed Duke of the Cruiserweights, bidding you good night and have a wonderful WrestleMania. Jobber out!